Hi, my name's Christian Lee. I'm part of Aztec Music Group, and we're here with. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Okay, I'm Paul, and I play in Tall Heights.
All right, and Paul, how are you doing today?
Good, yeah. Just another day on the road.
All right, how does it feel to be back in San Diego? Because I know you and Tim played at Kaboo last year.
We did. That was a lot of fun. Yeah, I guess you're right. We haven't been back since. That was such a quick fly in, fly out, play the fest. Yeah, it feels a little bit like a dream. But it's good to be back. We've been here at the House of Blues a couple times. So, yeah, I like this town.
Mm-hmm. And I know there's a kind of a big contrast between, the weather from where you're from and San Diego.
True. It's always nice here. It's not always nice in Boston. Right now, it is very nice in Boston. Fall time, That's the time.
That's the best time in the East Coast. All right, but so let's talk about, we talked a little bit about weather, but let's talk about my favorite part, food.
Okay.
And I know you're not around from here, but I just want to know, have you ever had a California burrito before?
Yeah. I mean, I've had many burritos in California.
Yeah.
Many.
But have you had the California
Okay, this is where you're exposing a fraud. I don't think so. Tell me what that is.
It's just basically a California burrito, but they have french fries in it.
Okay. Is that in relation to the breakfast burritos I've been eating that have hash browns in them?
Okay, that's similar. That's a breakfast version, but there's one that's mainly, I think, in San Diego, where it's just like, just meat, cheese, guac, and then they put some french fries in it.
Yeah.
That's our claim to fame.
Great. Yeah, I can't say that I look forward to having a California burrito.
Alright, okay. And so, I wanted to ask you this, and since Tim's not here, I guess we could, spill a little bit to you about him.
Okay, let's spill some tea.
So which Tim are we going to see tonight? Because I know right now he's a little sick, but we're going to see Tim of Tall Heights, or we're going to see Hammer Tim?
Wow, you have done some homework, my friend. Very nice. Tonight we're going to see a very pro Tim Harrington on stage. Hammerton, whoever you know of his existence, will not be showing himself.
Okay, and I also want to know too, because
Is this question about Tim too?
If you want to chime in, yeah, there is another question.
No, it's okay.
That's okay. He doesn't have to jump in. But since he's here, I might as well ask, because you seem like you've known him for a long time.
That's true.
So I want to ask you this question, because this isn't the first band he's been in.
Wow.
He's been in another band. I'd like to say, what was it, Angus?
Wow.
Finally getting some press.
Down the deep dive. It's true, yeah. When we first started playing together, Tim was playing in a band with his high school bud called Angus, and I was doing a solo thing pretty poorly. And we were playing kind of like different genres of music. His was more a rock thing, mine was more of a singer-songwriter thing. I was a few years older than him. He's my best friend's little brother, and we weren't really buds, but we started collaborating on music because he wanted cello on something, and I needed him to sing on my show. And we realized that we were, despite coming from kind of different places, really compatible songwriters, and we were excited about each other's song ideas.
That's cool. And now that he went out of the room again, we can talk a little bit more smack about him.
Okay, yes. Yeah.
But how does it feel that you're in a band with your best friend's little brother instead of your best friend?
Well, I have by now spent a lot more time with Tim than his brother, and so we're all still very close. And there's no jealousy or talk of theft, really. It's just I love his whole family. His whole, he's got two brothers, and they're both really supportive of the band. And just got nothing but love for the whole fan.
Okay, and speaking about family too, I heard you've been married for a few years now, and I heard your wife is also a singer.
She is. She has an amazing voice. Yeah, her name's Liz Vaughn.
Yeah, remember that. Oh.
Or you can check out Stenographer, her duo project.
I was about to say it, but you beat me to the punch.
Wow.
But also though, let's give her a little bit more press, since she's your lovely wife. Let's talk about Do I Do?
Yeah.
And I heard she actually sang at her own wedding, right?
She did.
That's pretty crazy.
You know so much. Yeah, she does a wedding band thing on the side. She's such a great singer, and they're a great band. And their band played our wedding. She hopped up, sang in her wedding dress. should have been a viral video, and just no one really was
okay.
focused
More
on
live in
that.
the moment.
It's more about the way.
Mhm.
But, yeah.
I mean, as it should be.
Yes, it should be.
Okay, but enough about your personal life. Let's get back to what we're here about, the music.
Okay.
And so, I know you guys dropped an album last year.
Mm-hmm.
And so, what can you tell me a little bit more about that? Because I know, I've read about you guys. You guys came from humble beginnings, busking, and now you guys are signed to, was it Sony?
Sony Masterworks.
Sony Masterworks, and you guys dropped a few albums, yeah.
Yeah, Pretty Colors for Your Actions was the second record, and we wanted to move away a little bit from the synthetic electronic realm that Neptune fell in,
Mm-hmm.
and do a little bit more live tracking of live drums and a live band in the studio, and so I think it breathes a little more, feels a little more alive, and yeah, the title of the record comes from an embedded lyric, but it came to stand for the collection of songs, and the message there was what we're creating is just color, it's just art, and just emotion, and we hope that it inspires people to do good things.
Yeah, that's a good message for the album. And I also wanted to ask this too, because I know you guys are opening up for the Paper Kites,
Mm-hmm.
and what I like about both of you guys, I think you guys both started out making a little bit similar type of music, but you both evolved past that.
Yeah.
Well, that seems really nice. So, also another question too is, what are some inspirations, for you as a musician?
I grew up, playing classical music,
Mm-hmm.
and my first loves in the, in the realm that we're playing now were people like Damien Rice and David Gray, and then, folk people like Anais Mitchell, Gregory Alan Isaacoff, and Bon Iver.
All right, that's funny how you mentioned that, and that's funny how Tim just came in again. But I actually have gifts for both of you.
What?
Mainly just for you, since only one of you are in the interview.
Some artifact from my past.
No, but it's even better because you were talking about some of your inspirations, and this artist I feel like was similar. In the beginning he came from more like indie, and then he grew and evolved past that into I think even greater heights. And let's start off with the first one, and the first one is Volcano Choir.
Oh yeah.
And do you know who was in this band?
Yeah, Justin Vernon, I believe.
And so this was the beginning, and I wanted to show you guys the end with.
Dude.
So cool. We don't have that vinyl.
Yeah.
Dude,
Sick.
hell yeah.
And so how do you guys feel how do you feel like you've evolved, do you think you've evolved, a lot similar to his path as an artist?
Yeah, I think our story is our own. Obviously, we've expanded sonically, and
Mm-hmm.
he did the same thing from where we go till now. But it's a different path.
Yeah.
I think our songwriting remains pretty true to how it was, and sometimes songs we're writing now remind me of songs we used to write. There's a process and sort of an emotional specificity that I think endures, and I think sort of carves a path of our songwriting from way back till now. And obviously the production choices have changed, and the palette has grown. The number of people on stage has grown at times, but our first love is songwriting, and that's sort
that
of
never changes. Yeah.
the connecting element, as well as just the sound of our voices together.
Beautiful voices.
Thank you.
All right, and then let's end the interview on a fun one because I know we're running short on time. So if you were to replace yourself and Tim in Tall Heights with another musician or celebrity, who would it be?
Bob Saget.
Right.
Saget. Okay.
Tim's
This
Bob
is just
Saget.
hanging out or in a band.
They would if people in House of Blues were about to see Tall Heights, but you guys were both gone, these people would replace you and play.
Oh, cool. Maybe Amelia Clark, and this is not specific to Tim and Paul. I'm just trying to fill the void. Amelia Clark and Mr. Bean.
That's a good one. All right. Well, thanks for taking time to do the interview.
Hey, thank you so much for these gifts.
You're
That was
welcome.
really sweet of you.
But before we turn off the camera, I'd just like to ask, where can we find the band on social media? Where can we find your music?
The band is Tall Heights, so you can find it on all platforms as Tall Heights.
Awesome. All right. And I don't know if I'm a frame, but either way, I'm going to get out of frame. And I just want you to look into the camera. And is there anything you have left to say to your friends, fans, family?
Thanks for watching. Thanks for taking the time to ask some thoughtful questions.